This is a real quick video of a demonstration of what I use to do a neutral stability test, so that the quadrocopter, octocopter, whatever, when it's powered up, that the motors are all set such that it doesn't create any yawing moment or maybe tilt or pitch if the props are not properly aligned in the axes that they should be in. Basically what I do is I hook the quad up and I hook all four motors together so they're getting the same pulse. I just make a quad harness that parallels all four of them on the signal line, and then I take a simulator and the battery pack, set it on there, and I slowly run it up. If the copter yaws, well then I've got something wrong here. I've got one of these are not in the right axis. So if they all look good to you, because you probably lined them all up to begin with, just I usually take two at a time, and I'll take one and rotate it just a hair that way, and the other one a hair that way, and then run it up again and see whether or not you've gotten the tendency to yaw one way or the other out. You can do the same thing for pitch. You know, if you give it full collective, full throttle, and it wants to pitch back or forth, you can adjust the angles of these motors. Typically that's an engine that's putting out more power than the other. And that's a problem that you want to identify, especially when you give them full throttle. I found a lot of craft, they do great to 3/4 throttle, but when you give it full throttle, many of them have a tendency to have more power in one than the other, and it's going to pitch or whatever. If you got a good board, it'll compensate that. If you don't, it won't, and you'll end up rolling over unless you back off on it a little bit. The device that I'm using here is real simple. It's just a board. It's got a shaft on it. It's got a little counterweight, block of lead that I happen to have, and it just sits out on this arm. Hopefully the light will allow you to see that. And a couple of nuts, and it just basically rocks on that. So any tendency for it to pitch, roll, or yaw will show up. I guess if you're really fancy, you could put a thrust bearing there, and it would be more sensitive and yaw, but I don't think you have to do it that close. Anyway, I hope this helps. It's a simple speech. Thanks.